It's Monday. It is Monday, my friends. How did this happen? That was a fast weekend. Well, it's really fast, and all you do is eat chili and watch movies, catch some football, and sleep. Because you can't really do anything outside unless you really want to bundle up and look like the Domino Snowman. Good morning, salty suspects. Good morning, Chrissy, Debbie. Look at that. Chrissy's made it in. Pat K got a gift yesterday, but she said she's going to wait till Christmas to open it. Ooh, okay. All right. One thing after another. I got to change this real quick. I thought I already did it. I don't like that square, and I don't like that color. Summer loved the color yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some bad news. Please take a minute to brace yourselves. Your old buddy Brooks isn't doing good. Nope, not at all. Seems that some people that I love very much have betrayed me. And it's getting real fucking ridiculous around here. Let me just... What happened to me over the weekend, okay? It's a horrible, horrible thing.
Spring 4, Mahomes getting it out. Kelce couldn't hang on, and Alshire has the interception. Kelce took the shot at the end. 2nd and 10. Texans bring 4. Mahomes getting it out. Kelce couldn't hang on, and Alshire has the interception. Kelce took the shot at the end. 2nd and 10. Texans bring 4. Mahomes getting it out. Kelce couldn't hang on, and Alshire has the interception.
Taylor Swift has sucked the life out of Travis Kelce. I'm done with that skinny bitch. Done with it. Now, we may have 0 playoff contention. So y'all enjoy your gifts you're going to get for Christmas because, well, I'm doting on losers. Sons of bitches. Let's take a second and tell everybody good morning. Well, thank God True Crime Beat said she had a good weekend. I'm so glad you did, baby. Thank goodness. A lot of football going on this weekend. You just don't get 3 picks in one play unless you have absolutely no cum in your sack. Okay? None. Keep that bitch away from Travis. If you all want me to do an entire sports channel, I will do it. But I have a totally different take on sports because I've raised 3 boys. All right, so I started the show because we are in Christmas mode. As you know, I played Oh Christmas Tree. That's right. Well, Candace got to see a Christmas tree this weekend, and let's look at her reaction. All right, here we go. You can hum in your head, or as Swifty does, you can hum on someone's balls to the point they can't play and can't catch, but you can just hum it in your mind. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Here comes Can't. Stop! What's she doing walking in all gangster? Look at this.
Just decorating the Christmas tree. You come to support Summer today?
That's on my thing.
Did I?
That was awesome that Jinky said that to Candace. Did you come to support Summer today and not call the police on Rap and Chillbilly? Did you come to support Summer today?
What's up? Just decorating the Christmas tree. You come to support Summer today?
That's on my thing.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did y'all come to support Summer today?
Well, don't I always support someone?
Say hi.
She was, don't I always support Summer? Don't I always support Summer? She's like, I'm here to support my team. I'm here to support my team. And you see Nasty Dawn in the back.
Hi.
That's on my thing.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did y'all come to support Summer today?
Well, don't I always support someone?
Say hi.
Okay, look at that face. Let's pause that for just a moment.
Support someone?
Say hi.
Aren't I always here to support Summer? Let's do an unofficial poll. Have you ever seen Candace show up anywhere? Good morning, Lynette Bender. To support Summer. She's not putting up a tree. She didn't even put her teeth in to go.
Hi. That's what you need to be doing. There you go.
That's my daughter. I always support her.
Good. Good.
That's my daughter. I always support her. Okay. But I mean, a month, 6 weeks ago, you said you had 2 girlfriends and you were selling D stuff.
What we could use a good tall person to put this tree up.
I brought the man with me.
There you go.
Here popped up on my phone when I was in church. So
What's up? Just decorating the Christmas tree. You come to support Summer today?
That's on my thing.
Did I?
Yeah.
Did y'all come to support Summer today?
Well, don't I always support someone?
Say hi. That's what you need to be doing. There you go.
That's my daughter. I always support her.
Good. Good. What we could use a good tall person to put this tree up.
Well, y'all tried that last year when Dawn tried to pick up the little kids to put the topper on. Jinky's about lost her lunch and said, no, don't touch the kids. Retro gets the comment of the day, and we are only 10 minutes in. Candace supports her kids by laying on her back to create them. Can we go ahead and say thank you to Retro for a great comment? All right, last week we had a part 1 and a part 2. And also, as you can see, if you want to rewind or watch it later, also, if you're watching on the replay, don't forget to leave a comment. Please, 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 because I want to know what you're thinking. If I have something wrong, tell me. You have a different opinion, tell me. But if you see old Don looming around in the background, it makes you wonder what the hell is he doing. Is he there to check out what's going on? Is he thinking there's money there for him and his precious bride? I don't know. But last week, we had a part 1 and a part 2 about the conversation that Dawn had with Chris McDonough. Well, you all left me a lot of comments, and one really stuck out in my mind and made a lot of sense. Let's look at your comments from the last show, please. Woo! Roswell said 2 females, 1 family. Specifically, the same part, also known as Candace, Dawn, and Grandis, vanished without a trace, and none of them even pretend to look or care. Never even mention the missing child or sister. Nope, they don't. But Can't knows that Jinkies is onto her, and I hope Jinkies is really careful. I hope she's real careful, because she has opened the door to allow the devil into the den. I can't tell you how many shit shows Candace has made out of festivities, if you want to call it that are for her daughter. The most she's ever got out of it is an autograph from the guy from Chips. Hell, her and Daisy called the cops on Rap and Chillbilly. Nobody has time for that. Chaos Mama said, why do all the creeps like Stacey Wandra, Sarah Wandra, Brandon Shirtliff, Dawn Wells, Candace Wells, the list goes on, say they can't stand people who are mean to kids. But these people are cruel to kids. Think about that. They all say, I'll kill somebody that even tries to hurt a kid. I'll kill someone that tries to hurt a kid. Really? But you don't defend your own, and you don't stop anyone who's trying to hurt a child. Now, do they? Aunt Sherry left a comment, and I think she knows. She said, so the boys all had phones. Dawn stated it. Did one of the boys call Dawn? It has always puzzled us that Candace was supposedly so concerned about Summer being missing that day that within 20 minutes, 2 seconds, 10 minutes, whatever, she had to make sure to call Dawn of all people. Maybe if one of the boys called their dad. Because remember, when the police showed up, Candace didn't come outside. She was FaceTiming with Allie trying on hats. Now let's look at this. This comes straight from Dawn. And this was clipped from Share by AB.
Overheard. The source of many questions. Dawn, he didn't want to answer it. Come to think of it, Dawn avoids answering direct questions all of the time.
Okay, right there. Corey Edwards says, in my opinion, one of Summer's brothers called 911. Well, what would make more sense? What would make more sense? Takes a long time to figure out the lies within the lies within the lies, and then somewhere in the bottom of the bucket is the truth.
Okay, I'm not understanding what you're saying. Can you?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just the time that you called her that day. About what time was that?
Like how far in between calls between you and her having that call when she's picking up prescriptions to she's calling you saying Summer's missing? Do you know how long?
Yeah, I honestly can't say, but I remember. The only thing that I can remember, it was thinking, well, I might as well just work late because they're busy doing other things, and there's no point in me going home because I don't want to go home and sit there by myself. So I figured I'd just work late that day. And that's, yeah.
Okay.
So really what Cher there was asking, how long between the call that Hunter overheard and the call that you got, that you say that you got to say Summer was missing?
Okay. The initial call to Dawn, he has always said it's Candace, but he called 911 himself, and we've heard the dispatch that explained where Dawn was working. He's on his way home. They have to send officers to 110 Ben Hill Road. And I agree with Holly. I wish they would release the 911 call. You know how many times that thing has been FOIA'd? You know how many times it's been FOIA'd? And I can't be the only one. Hell, I've had people right there in Tennessee that live in Tennessee, taxpayers of Tennessee. No, you're not getting it. Question's always going to be why. You're saving it for trial? Well, you're not going to withhold a phone call if she wandered off, but they've already ruled that out. Maybe if she was truly abducted, I mean like a 1% abduction, that would make sense. But it really wouldn't, because you would only hear parents yelling, I can't find my child, I can't find my child, I can't find my child. It actually makes more sense, as Sherry said, that maybe one of the brothers called. Because 5 Bar Candace doesn't give a shit.
Of course, they called 911 at the same time from different phones, they say.
And what?
It makes more sense to me that one of the boys called Dawn saying something's going on. Just kind of like when Grandis called and said, Dawn, you better get home. There's some weird things going on around here. And he hightailed it from Utah to Tennessee. And asterisk, preface, parentheses, I'm not making Dawn out to be a hero. When I saw that comment from Sherry, I thought, okay. You have all of these separate phones just trying to get one thing together to let law enforcement know that Summer is missing. Oh, okay.
Why did Don call?
I have no idea. He just called. I don't even know if he was working at the time.
Okay.
But if he was working, he obviously wouldn't know that there was some dude looking at the little kids.
There's
He's got a point. Hunter was showing some common sense there. It would seem Hunter recognized it as a bit suspicious, because how would Don know that there was somebody up there if he was at work?
well, everyone knows you called your wife. Could you kind of give us a little details about that? Do you kind of remember, was it morning, afternoon, later afternoon when you called her? Do you remember how that conversation went at all? Because Hunter's saying you called about, 2 people touching children or whatever. So could you kind of tell us if you remember what time the call was and how that conversation went?
Well, the only thing I know is, I call her from time to time just to see what she's doing, and she said that she's taking care of some prescriptions or whatever. It seemed to me that it was later than that, but because I made up my mind, well, they're busy doing this and whatever, I may as well just stay late at work. So I was working late.
Wow. Avoidance.
It's really not uncommon for a normal man to be like, well, if everyone's busy, instead of taking off at noon, or if they're offering me overtime, I might as well stay and work, then get home. And then, then you've got Don. So you can't exactly call him a normal man. Again, I have a feeling that one of the boys called him on the 15th. They were left at home. They were left home alone that day. Candace left 2 more times that day. She showed up at Fred's, which she can't deny anymore. She can't deny it. Laura was there, Fred was there, Chad Arnold was there, and who knows who else. She gets back, probably gets fucked up from the floor up, okay? And then from there, Grandis doesn't give a shit about anybody, okay? No one. She's probably still in the camper or somewhere sleeping whatever off. Okay? It makes more sense to me that one of the boys called Dawn. And I have a feeling it was the one that Dawn put on the news when he was squeezing his shoulder thinking, buddy, you're the one that started this.
You didn't want to talk about the reason or what it is that you talked about. And the mention that Hunter brought up about the kid touching thing.
Hey, Don.
Hey,
Your wife messaged me and said that you was at home at a 3 o'clock hour, and I have that as evidence. She did not want nobody to know you was at home.
This is that Jenna portion again, not to.
And I don't know why they don't take Jenna more serious, because she gets information, well, she used to, from Candace, and she's the one that went on Ziggy's panel talking about how Candace spoke about her, how to say it. I'll just go ahead and say it. How Candace raped Hunter. Hunter can't consent. Hunter's 14. I'm sorry. He can't.
To totally disregard. Maybe she has something, maybe she doesn't. Maybe it's just another piece of the puzzle that she's bringing this conversation between Candace and Jenna. Let's have a look at it again.
that's not true. After she messages you that, if that's not the case, that don't even
Do you have...
I mean, why would she say something?
Precisely, and that's what it...
See, this is just another reference to it, but it shows, well, could show a sensitivity. It just shows Candace asking.
It's okay. Nobody mad at you. I'm sorry. I've seen your pain, plus the pain he puts you through. When he does his lives, it's like all you. Then he has people thinking you're a monster. There's can't again. It's okay. Did you tell someone that Donnie was home at 3 p.m. the day Summer went missing? She says, no, not at 3.
Jenna about it. Did you tell somebody that Donnie was home at 3 the day Summer went missing? She said, no, not 3. Well, what time did you say? So, I mean, based upon everything else, one could interpret that. I can see what people are getting. They can interpret that because it's a sensitivity. Why would it matter? Why would it matter in that sense? Why are they so sensitive to somebody saying that Donnie was home at 3? Is there a reason you're asking this question?
That's a question I've always had. Okay. Now, mind you, AB clipped this from Share. And thank you so much, Angel P. Ange, for the super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What would the sensitivity be of a grown man who owns a house being at his home during the day at all? What would matter? Who would care? Who would care? It might actually make more sense or be more probable that something else happened. but they're really, really, really skittish about this. We do know that when Don made the 911 call, he was patched into Hawkins County. Now, he's got two different stories. He got there and there was no police. He got there and they were there. Because as I showed that comment last week, that guy that was there with search and rescue, with Tim Coop, he said, the deputy said, nah, he lied. We were already there when he got there. Okay? And also, he was slick as a whistle. He didn't have mud and tape and shit like that all over him. He was clean. Clean. And it doesn't take these two mental midgets too much homework or research to confuse us all because, well, they just know how to do it.
Question, Candace? It's not clear either way, is it? But it's an example. So as well, she's not denying it, right? It's not like she's denying it, which in my mind is probably more important. But she said, no, I didn't say 3. I said 3:30 or 4, but you didn't see him.
Maybe she went to Fred's to hang out there. Then Dawn comes home. Then Dawn leaves. And he goes back to the work site. There's plenty of time before 911 was called. From where his work site was is 45 minutes. It is very important to know who actually made the call to Dawn that there was something wrong. On one hand, I think that the boys did, which messed everything up for them because they needed more time. But if we go with the story told that Candace called him and he told her, no, you call 911 right now. Either way, 911 was called. 911 was called, as we know. And Dawn was not in Hawkins County. That can be easily proven by the dispatch.
Told that you didn't, I told that didn't come from you. Okay. I'm sorry I was taking up for you. He's got people thinking you're a monster and you're not. I know, hun. So you could interpret that as, was Candace just looking for clarification? I mean, it's not really clear, but you could interpret it that way. Absolutely.
But so they was at the lake, and then Hunter and his, I guess they went, she called and says, come by the house, you know, and then she begged to take Hunter to the lake with them so they could swim a little bit. Yeah. Seen them videos. And
So here is Dawn on the behavior panel again. We've seen this a couple times, but it's
okay. Broken Dream Farm said, then add what Marlena said about the time. Marlena is a goofy bitch for sure. Okay. She's been living in a Burger King parking lot. However, she knows how to look at her phone and know when she got the text from Candace saying Summer was missing. Well, that was after Candace left Fred's and went home. That can easily be verified. Easily be verified. And the pre-catalyst to Summer getting gone, and of course, this is my humble opinion, I couldn't even imagine how big the case file is now, is when CPS was called on the Wells home And CPS showed up on the 14th and were insistent of seeing Summer. No one should have a problem with that. Everyone should want that in their back mirror. Hey, I didn't do dishes today. We haven't gone school clothes shopping yet. Yeah, the water's running. Yes, we have heat. Yes, we have air conditioning. Yes, we have ample food. I'm going shopping on Friday. Okay, I've never had to deal with it, don't want to deal with it, but I believe Marlena, considering the text has been floating around for almost 4.5 years. It's on her phone.
Worth watching in context. So Dawn, it's funny the way Dawn expresses it, that who was begging who to take who? It falls in line with Dawn's inappropriate nature around children in that sense, especially expressing himself.
I took her back and I said everything was okay in that situation between now.
Yeah. Which situation?
Sir.
Which situation, sir?
So that situation, I wonder if he's alluding to the inappropriate relationship between Candace and Dawn. Like that's a source of contention at home, like it was when he found out Jose Roman was staying over. That led to the police getting involved and there being a DV that had to get dropped eventually. You remember Jose Roman talking about how he was going to fight Dawn in that sense? That was a fairly entertaining conversation. Rest in peace, Jose. He's passed on now.
Oh, I think, I don't know, I don't know for sure because I wasn't there, but
but yet he's still talking. On one, it's easy to see him slip up and say we, but the point to all of that is why would he again be associating himself to being present at Ben Hill Road again at the time of the reported disappearance, according to their script?
I mean, maybe 40 at the most. Right. I don't know.
Saw that night. How well do you know him, and do you know why he was out there around your boys?
Yeah, a lot of our neighbors heard, us screaming Summer's name, and so I think I don't know. I don't know for sure because I wasn't there, but
but yet he's still.
They were some of the last people around your daughter, Donald.
No, they weren't around her at all. We was at our house and nobody was here but me. I wasn't here.
So when Robin tells Chris McDonough,
There's nobody here but me. I wasn't here. See, the mind doesn't want to lie. The mind wants to clarify things. We weren't 30 feet. They weren't 30 feet away. We turned here. The I took her back statement. Candace messaged Jenna saying Dawn was home, or more like it can be interpreted that way. She didn't deny it. Hunter is confused. He thinks Dawn was home. Why would he think Dawn was home? Well, he associated that because he was talking about somebody at his house. And I didn't want to go home and sit by myself.
So where were the three boys truly all day? He can't say he's home by himself. We could not have been paying attention. I'm still not sold on that Candace called him, because you see, that would open up a totally different can of worms with law enforcement, because then it'd be an admittance of guilt that she realized her daughter was missing. If one of the boys call, that's a different story. Maria O'Sullivan, thank you so much. Dang, Candace has lost some weight. She has. I don't know if she's on the Jenny Crank diet or if she's doing that keto that Daisy used to speak about. I don't know. And we have a new member of the family. Look at that. Chippenwood 1. Hey, Chippenwood 1. Everyone, let's welcome Chippenwood 1 to the family. Somebody somewhere knows something. Okay?
It better that for some odd reason that I don't understand. My oldest boy, though, he'll step up from time to time and say he misses his sister, stuff. But, your mind has a way of forgetting every now and then. I find myself doing it too. Every now and then but then it comes like flooding all back, of course, Yeah, I might get away from it for about 15, 20 seconds, but it'll all come back.
And he goes, yeah, but like I said before, you've been through hell. Me too. Most people cannot understand certain things unless they've been through hell. I never thought I'd be in this situation after all I've been through. God has a plan, I'm sure. As long as we trust him, he promises to work it out for good. I just don't know how I can possibly get over my daughter. I just don't see how. Never expected anything like her. Now just gone.
Don't get me wrong. All of the religious references have always freaked me out a little bit. Okay. And I am a spiritual person. However, when someone tries to choke it down your throat, it makes you wonder if they're using religion along with their evil behaviors to try to fool someone that is spiritual.
Again, it seems like Dawn has a fixation as though she's an object rather than a human with feelings and emotions.
Summer damn sure is an object. She damn sure is. Look at how fucking ugly Dawn and Candace are. Look at how fucking ugly Grandis is. Look at Pam Wells. Look at anybody they've ever been with. Then you see Summer and it's like, well, where did this little female come from? Because she is absolutely gorgeous. She has got a beautiful smile. She has beautiful skin, which most children do. Her features are all where they need to be. This was something different for them.
Like she was a possession, perhaps. You don't know how you can possibly get over my daughter. Well, what about it? And what about your daughter? Can't you reference at that point in time? What is it you're avoiding in that sentence? The priority there is I just don't know how I can possibly get over my daughter. Your priority is focused on primarily yourself. What happened to your daughter that you need to get over her? What is it that you need to get over in this circumstance? It would indicate that you already know the fate of Summer Wells in this scenario, Dawn. And you use these religious tones to deflect, to add all kinds of extra information.
get over your daughter, though? Like, if a kidnapper has her and she's alive and someone just took her, why do you have to get over her? You know what I mean?
Cher brings up the point, the over her. I guess we're saying the same things. What is it that you need to get over?
Well, if they were normal people, a lot of things. Your child is missing. Okay. That's a huge thing, which you'll never get over. Who has her? Something that won't go away. That's a huge thing. And then you got Alex Erickson, who's up there talking all kinds of shit, who now has changed her opinion and was actually in a chat apologizing to Candace. I tell you what, these flip-floppers, if Dawn and Candace have nothing to do with their daughter's disappearance, are you going to forgive them for pedophilia? Are you going to forgive them for child abuse? Are you going to forgive them for endangerment? Are you going to forgive them for all of these things? We've seen it for a long time. And in the beginning of Summer's case, I can tell you right now, a lot of people would say to me, and listen, I was brand new, and I mean brand spanking new. I'm talking straight out of the YouTube womb. And I had a lot of people that said, well, I'm not going to judge them by the way they live. Good on you. Good on you. Have at it. Have at it. I just knew something was going on. So when I see creators like Alex Erickson, who puts up comments like this and now is trying to apologize to Candace, it kind of pisses me off, if you want to know the truth. Hey, apologize to somebody if you forgot their birthday. Apologize to somebody if you said something that you were incorrect about. We have a lot of mothers and grandmothers and fathers and grandfathers in here. How could you ever suck it up like that Chasing Truth or whatever her name is? The one that wears the stretch pants or the sweatpants all the time and tries to preach to everybody? Who are you to tell everyone that we are wrong about these children being abused? You can't tell me that that's correct.
Wells says he himself has been a victim of online speculation, as he says some have claimed he is involved. Did you have anything to do with your daughter's disappearance?
Well, I'm at work all day, every day, you know. I love my daughter with all my heart. And
No reliable denial in this circumstance would be the first thing that stands out. You'd be looking for normally, no, I did not.
I try to love everybody, and it's been a real experience, you know, me turning to YouTube for help and seeing the nature. I've never seen anything like this in my life, so it's been quite a lesson to me. I've never been on YouTube or Facebook or anything. I probably never will again if I can help it, but it's been quite an experience. It's been very educational. You know, I've learned a lot.
So, yes or no to the question?
Okay. Oh, well, I mean, no.
Still not a reliable denial.
Well, I mean, no. Well, we're talking about the things that have come right out of Dawn's face. Okay? Right out of Dawn's face. Chris McDonough has said many times, as have other people that are way more educated than me, that Dawn knows more than just what Candace is saying. Way more. It knocked my damn socks off when I found out that him and Brad Washawn had been friends for many, many years before. Brad Washawn helped him fix the Suburban that Kant sold to her scissor friend, Kathy, when Don was in jail. Brad Washawn is the one that had all the money coming in for billboards. How many billboards got put up? I don't know. I do know that Don said he should just give the money to me. He should just give the money to me. What makes more sense? To give the money to Don? Or to put the billboards up? What is this? Slap said, stupid question. If President Trump knows Don, confront you, say, ask stupid questions. Is President Trump in the chat? Anyone know? Is President Trump in here? That's a very important question. That would be good to know. Let's see. Is President Trump in here?
No, not you. Not you. Your organization's terrible. Your organization's terrible. Let's go. Go ahead. Quiet. Quiet. Go ahead. She's asking a question. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. No, I'm not going to give you a question. I'm not going to give you a question. You are fake news.
He didn't answer, so let's see. He might come in.
Denial. The reliable denial. The simple no. After the fact, and he's laughing too, right?
I haven't accused you of Candace or anything, right?
Here's the fight that they had up on Molly Golightly over the door. A window into a slice of life at Wells abode.
Guys, I heard
Man,
about
hey, you have to. I have 7 alibis.
What?
If not more. Baby, don't break my fucking door. Come on.
No,
I have 7 alibis. I have 7 alibis.
Experience, me turning to YouTube for help and seeing the nature. I've never seen anything like this in my life, so it's been quite a lesson to me. I've never been on YouTube or Facebook or anything. I probably never will again if I can help it, but
It's been quite an experience. It's been very educational. I've learned a lot.
So, yes or no to the question?
Okay. Oh, well, no.
They have
Still not a reliable denial. The reliable denial. The simple no. After the fact, and he's laughing too, right?
I haven't accused you of Candace or anything, right?
Here's the fight that they had up on Molly Golightly over the door. A window into a slice of life at the Wells abode.
Guys, I heard
Man,
about
hey, you have to. I have 7 alibis.
What?
If not more. Baby, don't break my fucking door. Come on.
No,
I have 7 alibis. I have 7 alibis.
Don's bragging about the number of alibis, of course he has, in reference to the.
My question is, why doesn't he have more? Considering he sees so many different people, he's on the phone with contractors, he's getting equipment, he's getting goods to drywall. Why in a working day would you not have more? Like, hey, I had to call the Home Depot to get more mud. Hey, I had to call this person, had to call this person. Is he talking about like physical alibi, or how many people he had talked to throughout the day? He should have like 30 if he wasn't home. The only 7 alibis he can have is if he was home. Hell, it's 9:52 a.m. I've got 7 alibis. I've got 7 alibis. However, if I was at a workstation, especially in construction, I would have way more than that. Way more. My husband's a truck driver. He would have 300 alibis throughout the day. Angie's husband would have a ton. A ton. Because you're busy. You have a lot of different stuff going on. All you can come up with is 7?
That Candace has, and he's taunting her with it. 7 alibis. You're bragging about having alibis, therefore you can't get caught in that sense. Who brags about their alibis? Unless you are guilty.
Candace ain't going down. She's going down.
You were at work. Right?
Yep. Yep.
Candace, I'm going to have to ask you some more questions. I told you this. Did you do anything to Summer? No. Do you know what happened to Summer? No. Do you know who took Summer? No.
At this point in time, it's my opinion that Candace broke down. Remember the Cornbread Mafia statement? Well, it's not the actual words Cornbread Mafia that triggered the emotional breakdown. It's simply the fact as it is a sensitivity because she's already impressed upon people that she doesn't want to say, because remember the uppers, there's something that she's protecting, and it happens to be sitting right beside her by the name of Dawn Wells. It's Dawn that Candace is protecting.
I don't know if I agree with that. That Dawn is protecting Candace. I mean, he could be, because he has said to many a person, including myself, that it would be better for him to just divorce Candace. I would go ahead and say that would probably be a good move. Probably put you in a better light if you just chucked her to the curb and say, done, I'm over. What really changed things for me is when Candace spoke to Jinkies and said she was really worried about SA charges for her and Donnie. That's what she said. And Jenna, who fell back into the woodwork, she had a lot of very long conversations with Candace. And I mean, they were insane and depraved and destructive conversations. So for anyone to say what happened between Candace and Hunter, if you want to call it that, I don't, but I've got to be, rated G here for the old YouTube. She's admitted it. She's admitted it. And they're in the right county to do it. And we're going to do a show about that county tomorrow. Easy Banjo, where is this Jenna? She went away, man. She went away. She got gone. She's not dealing with it. She's got a family of her own. She's got a job of her own. She's got children of her own. She's got things to do. She does not want to get wrapped up in it, and she's not going to save Summer. Even if you were there on June 14th, you were not going to save Summer. You were not going to save Summer.
She's got guilty knowledge, all right, but it has to do with her loving husband.
Anybody in your family involved with us?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Uh-huh. Here's Don again.
I think there was a lot more going on during the Biden administration that they're just starting to scratch the surface of, and hopefully they'll continue with a lot of this investigative work. And we've heard stories, that of things going on and higher ups and stuff, but lawsuits and other things, but I don't know. Well, I mean, they can.
Back on Biden. Okay, back on Biden. Keep bringing that shit up, Don. Keep it up. Goodness. First we heard Mexicans, then we heard cartel as if they're one and the same. I feel bad for Mexicans every day when that stuff is brought up. And then Biden. You've got to be kidding me.
Can only do so much. I mean, I think there was a lot more going on during the Biden administration that they're just starting to scratch the surface of, and hopefully they'll continue with a lot of this investigative work. And we've heard stories, that of things going on and higher ups and stuff, but lawsuits and other things, but I don't know. Well, I mean, they can only do so much. I mean, I think there was a lot more going on during the Biden administration that they're just starting to scratch the surface of, and hopefully they'll continue with a lot of this investigative work. And we've heard stories, that of things going on and higher ups and stuff, but lawsuits and other things, but I don't know. Well, I mean, they can only do so much. I mean,
Okay, Don has also gone on to say that he is doing covert operations for the government to find out what Biden has done with all the kids. All right, and they wrote a song for him.
They giving you a number and taking away your name. Asian man, secret Asian man, they giving.
Okie doke, Don. Let's see how that works out. All right, so considering he is thinking that the Biden administration took his child, even though you can't blame any government official when it's your shit house. It's all the people around you and you yourself and your wife. Hence why when all the information came out that they have a new investigation on Van Hill Road, then what happened? You two declined to comment.
TBI's statement of a new lead the agency followed up on in the search for Summer Wells.
It happened at the 3500 block of Van Hill Road, not far off from where Summer was last seen over 4 years ago. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel has followed up on this new information as the Amber Alert for Summer still remains active.
This is Van Hill Road. It's about 9.5 miles from the Wells family home on Ben Hill Road, where Summer was reported missing. As you can see, there are posters here with her information on them. And last week, law enforcement conducted a search on this road in the 3500 block. It's about 2 miles back from where I'm standing here. It's very similar to Beach Creek as the homes are spread out and there is a lot of land. It's also close to the Greene County line. We did reach out to Don and Candace after the TBI confirmed a recent search in their daughter's case. They said they do not want to be interviewed as they are waiting to hear more from the TBI and, quote, otherwise, it is just more drama and stirred pain, so there was nothing to say, end quote. We reached out to Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, too, and have yet to hear back. We also stopped by his office today and were told that he wasn't in. The TBI couldn't tell us what the tip about Summer was that led them here to Van Hill Road, or if anything came of it. In Hawkins County, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
And she's like, I'm just going to stand on the road with my camera crew and they can edit it later, but I'm not going to venture out if something happened to a little girl over here. They are crazy. They are disgusting. Okay? So now we go to Don saying that when he was in jail, people wanted him to divorce Candace. I'm sure it wasn't the first time he was told. Listen, there's no admiration, okay? There's no anniversary parties. There's no mints on the pillow for Valentine's Day with these two. No. They stick together for a certain reason. If Don did not want Candace up on the hill, well, then he wouldn't have bought her a Subaru after she retracted her statement. She can't retract charges. She can't, because the state will pick him up. He keeps her around for a reason. She is his partner in crime. I said that on the show, June 22nd, 2021. Buddy, what's the difference between lead and tip? Is there a difference? No, there's not. It's just something someone says. You know, someone called the tip line, or every tip's a lead. Okay, but evidence is different. And we're not going to hear what they found on Van Hill Road or where it led them to. But it cannot be nothing because they put it out publicly.
I've tried several times. I've snuck up TV behind the vehicle, just sitting there playing. And so I'd sneak up behind her on the other side of the truck, and I'd sneak up on her, and I'd scare her.
He's fixing to happen to him real bad. He just don't know what he is. When the time's right, you'll know.
She did say that. Something's about to happen to Donnie, and when the time's right, he'll know. Shay's Safe Place clipped this from numerous creators. The title is "Thee Told Me to Divorce Candace." I think she meant to say they.
Something's fixing to happen to him real bad. He just don't know what he is. When the time's right, you'll know.
What does she mean? That things are going to get bad for Dawn, and when it's time, you know.
So what did the district attorney say? This is a very complicated issue that has been made more complicated by the players in this drama.
Love you from my heart. We will always hug. We done everything we could for our kids, 100%, dog. And you understand that. And then all of a sudden, they go into CPS custody. All of a sudden, it's like they're brainwashed. And then, you know.
He's right. When they go into CPS custody, they are brainwashed. You know why? Because they brush their teeth after every meal. They do their homework. They're active in sports. They have counselors that they can speak to. Okay. They have clean clothes. They have made beds. So, I mean, he kind of has a point there. They're not begging for dollar store pizzas. They're not sifting through soured milk trying to find out what they can put on their cereal. They're not watering down cornflakes with well water, saying that's just like milk. They're not going to church in jeans and a dress because they don't have any clean underwear. They actually have medical care. They, no. But once they go to a good home, there's a lot of check marks. A lot of check marks. A lot of check marks. Are they going to school? What are their grades? Have they been to therapy? Are they involved? What are they involved in? Do they like art classes? Do they like band? Do they like basketball? Do they like soccer? So yeah, it is a different world for them.
So when you were in jail and Candace was able to talk with them, when you got out of jail, you said everything changed. You told Ansley Daniel everything changed. Remember when you were in it? So was it because of something that Candace did or said?
No. When I was in jail, all right, the caseworker come to me and visited me in jail and said, Candace ain't got a prayer. If you divorce her, you can get the boys back.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone did not dangle that carrot in front of Don when he was in jail. Okay? I'm telling you, if you divorce Candace and you get away from her, you can get your boys back. Now we go back to June 17th of 2021, when the gatebuster, the Kool-Aid man, showed up to Grand Bun, Allie, and Hunter, where he was living at the Times home. And all she really wanted to do is ask, what have you told the TBI? Hunter, trying to be all big balls with Chris McDonough, when he's sitting there popping with whatever that puzzle was, he's like, oh, I'm not scared of her. I ain't scared of her. Well, you're a kid. You shouldn't have to speak with an adult anyway. No adult should question you unless they're your teacher or your parents. But we already know what kind of parents he came from, because let's face it, Andrew Hiltz is a real piece of shit. To the point, people are messaging, not just me, but other people, saying that people are being threatened if they come on other channels and don't go to his. That is creepy and that is weird, but I will leave that for another day. So Candace shows up wanting to know what they said to the TBI. She brought up the twisted tea. And the twisted tea was to lure him out while Summer's in the water. And who knows what she did to that boy. Who knows what she did. When Allie called the TBI, she had the business card. She showed it on the channel. Not this channel, another channel. They called her back and they said, what was she driving? And then they gave her another friendly reminder, do not talk to Candace. It would have been really, this would have been a lot different. A lot different. Had they had found a way to separate Candace from Don. And you're not going to pick a winner in this case. You're never going to be Team Don or Team Grandis or Team Candace.
No. When I was in jail, all right, the caseworker come to me and visited me in jail and said, Candace ain't got a prayer. If you divorce her, you can get the boys back.
So the caseworker comes to see Don in jail. Mind you, these are Don's words, in Don's words. The caseworker who visits inmates, they talk to him, see if they want to open up about something. It's a common thing. if you divorce her, you can get the boys back, which is even like it's a carrot, hoping he'll open up and say something. But he goes on to say, the caseworker said, Candace doesn't have a prayer. Now, I think what the caseworker meant is a prayer getting her children back. You see, Candace is a very abusive woman. Okay? A very abusive woman. She is mean as a snake. And Candace knew this was going on because she was on Cam and Allie's channel. She was on Benny's channel. Ernie. She kept saying, slash day's coming up. Slash day's coming. I'm going to have slash day. Kathy, the friend, even helped her prepare a divorce to be filed in the court and be done with him before he got out of jail. They wanted them separated. Listen, these two are not in love with each other. They are not in love with each other. Then I go back to what Candace said to Jinkies. She was scared, and I've never heard Candace say scared unless she's talking about non-existent animals. She was scared of SA charges for her and Donnie. This is not out of the realm of possibility that both of them were not spoke to when they were separated. Divorce him. Divorce her.
Come to me and visited me in jail and said, you know, Candace ain't got a prayer. If you divorce her, you can get the boys back. And then
So obviously, maybe something happened between Candace and the boys, or the boys had revealed something that they no longer feel like those boys were safe with Candace. So Dawn, the question is, why didn't you get your boys back and just divorce Candace and help your boys? I mean, just asking, why are you saying this about Candace?
Who cares what anyone says about Candace? When he got out of jail and all that stuff came out about Candace hanging out with Kathy, the friend, and all those text messages came out where the kids, especially one, said, we never want to come back to your house. Ever, 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 ever. What did Dawn say? Well, I don't have doctor lawyer money. They like playing sports and all that bullshit. That's what he said. I don't have that money. Anyone in here ever put your kids in any sort of sport? How about college? How about concurrent classes? How about a cheerleading uniform you knew you couldn't afford? How about renting an instrument? What is this doctor lawyer money? How about buying their first car or saying, hey, when you get your first job, whatever you make in your first check, I will double it and it's going to go into a savings account. How about all of that? Grubby Goat said, I didn't know that. He did. He went on the lab and he said, it's better for them to be there because I don't have doctor lawyer money and they like to play sports. I'm not buying it, said all the above and some. Infinity Jenny said, absolutely, my son did football in our town for 4 years. Hell, I've had kids in sports since the time they were 4. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm a Google doctor sometimes. I'm a lawyer on Google sometimes.
the boys. I mean, just asking. Why are you saying this about Candace?
He come to me like that several times and visited me in jail and was trying to tell me that and trying to get me to divorce my wife. And then when I got out of jail, I find out that Dominic was telling Candace the same thing.
Okay.
Trying to get her to divorce me. What they was trying to really do, though, bro, is trying to break down our family dynamics so that they'd have more of a case to take our boys. That's what they was really trying to do. You know, when they get custody of kids, full custody, they can adopt them out to anywhere in the world.
And they did. And they did, because you didn't cooperate. Little Angels has a perfect point. What about all the electronics they took out of the house? Did that not cost money? They had iPads, laptops, gaming systems, all kinds of phones. All the kids had phones. But he tells Josh on the lab that this whole text message thing from Candace to Kathy is true. And he doesn't have doctor lawyer money, so he can't put his kids in sports, and that's what they want to do. But you're exactly right. What a great comment. Let's give a round of applause to our friend Erica. Great comment. Electronics and screen time costs a lot more money than a freaking soccer ball, okay? A lot more money. Hell, a lot of kids play for free because there's so many scholarships. Other parents say, I'll kick in $10. I'll kick in $10. Annette said, I'm a single mom and put my kids in hockey and baseball and basketball. Yeah. That's Dawn for you.
Oh, listen, blonde hair, blue eyes are.
Listen here. Summer was already gone. The CPS did not kidnap Summer. Don't even go there, Dawn. Honey, you're reaching.
What people go for, right?
Right. You know, man, that could be $100,000 in your pocket.
He says right there, she has blonde hair, blue eyes. He even brought up Elizabeth Smart. He claimed to have given money to the man that kidnapped Elizabeth Smart because he saw him on the street in Utah. That's how demented his mind is. But he's talking about money in relation to his daughter. What a sick twist he is. He said people go for, right now, you know, that could be $100,000 in your pocket for a blonde hair, blue-eyed girl. Okay. Thanks, Dawn.
Did not kidnap Summer. Don't even go there, Dawn. Honey, you're reaching.
What people go for, right?
Right. You know, man, that could be $100,000 in your pocket.
Bro, human trafficking and organ sales is over a $1.5 billion a year business.
Exactly. Someone could be anywhere in this world, bro, for real.
I think somebody knows. I think there's also people, more than one, on Ben Hill that knows what happened to Summer. Maybe even Beach Creek.
Someone knows. And all the organ transplanting, stuff like that, that is from when he was getting nudes from Trisha Jenkins because she was obsessed. And she brought in other people like crazy ass Aggie Willett trying to convince people that in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, they were taking organs out of kids and then putting them back in at Holston Valley and that you could get antiretrovirals, rejection medicine at the local pharmacy. Insane ass people. Okay. Good morning, Izzy Pop. Good morning. But again, these are all in Don's words. He's sitting there saying it too. Oh, yeah, organs. Oh, get some organs. Get some organs. Get some organs. Yeah, I'm going to have an organ garage sale this weekend. Okay. Anybody want to come? Yeah. Yeah, really? We're going to do that? Hell, I can't sew a button on. I can't hem a pair of slacks without making them uneven. You're really telling me, Trisha Jenkins, you crazy bitch, and Dawn, that you really think at the church in Holston Valley that they're swapping organs around? That is insane. Listen, it takes one insane person to stir it up. Yeah, there you go, Val. You're right. Trisha did say that they brought the ice chest all for the organs. Yeah, exactly. You know, damn Trisha. And honestly, the link is open for Trisha anytime. She's supposed to be writing a book about how you sell organs. Okie doke. But I mean, once, Don says something, he says something different because he is still steadfast on this. He is still steadfast on this. That Fred did something. I think a lot of people believe Fred is involved in some way, whether it's he knows something or he saw something. It doesn't appear to me at that time that Fred could have been 100% in his right mind. It does appear to me that he laid low, and I mean real low, because he had a profitable business going on Ben Hill Road. Okay? He had things he was selling. Dawn is the first person that brought up Fred.
Fred Hill, I don't want to say anything bad, but he, how can I say this? I don't know. He starts to throw everybody off. Let's just put it that way. He's throwing everybody off, right?
Is there a possibility that Fred Hill could have done something?
It is possible. He left out about the time Summer disappeared to take off all that scrap metal. I don't know.
Okay. Val said, I don't want to say anything bad. You are more than welcome to. You go right ahead. You go right ahead. Go right ahead. And the truth is, Fred did have a bunch of scrap metal to take off that day. One person says they got to the scrap place. Laura says they didn't. Then she changes it and says they did.
It's possible. It's possible
now
for a
Fred
lot of
Hill,
So Don Wells says it's possible Fred Hill could have done something with Summer. Don Wells has been, since Summer Wells went missing, blaming lots of people and deflecting the attention off him and Candace. He more or less throws lots of people under the bus. He's thrown Fred Hill, the neighbor, under the bus numerous times. Fred Hill has his own history and problems with the law, but I truly doubt Fred Hill had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. Do you believe Don Wells when he says it's possible Fred Hill could have done something? Do you think Fred Hill could have done something with Summer Wells?
I don't think Fred has any reason to. I don't think he does. I think he was used as a ploy because everybody in that I'll say neighborhood, knew that Fred was up to no good. That's the truth. His police record proves it.
Or do you think it's just Dawn Wells being Dawn Wells and blaming other people? Where is Summer Wells? We haven't given up on Summer Wells. Summer has an army out there in the millions. There's millions of people out there. We run a Facebook group with over 20,000.
Well, no point in looking for that because it's gone now, because that was a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, Dawn has openly said that Fred did something. He has openly said that the woman he had an affair with could have done something because she was enamored by Summer's beauty. There's a lot of interesting people in the area. The problem is, you can blame everyone from Joe Biden to the cartels, but you gotta look closer to home. You have to look closer to home. We can see how they acted after the Amber Alert came out a couple months later.
Where's that pretty little zipper at? He is outside as usual. Brenda, isn't it nice to see her smile? It is beautiful to see her smile. It is. I love y'all. Y'all are great. No, you're the great one. You're great. For you.
Thanks for being our friends.
See the Mountain Dew, oh, that's what I'm drinking. Yeah, right? I'm drinking iced tea. Well, it's a 2-liter, so you might as well. Yeah, right? Just get one of them preliminaries, they're strong, but they have the candy in them. You just empty them out and stick that in the 2-liter bottle. Candace, can you say that on? Hey, can I have a friend join us? Yeah. Absolutely. Sure, absolutely. Dale! Go get her. You better ask her first. Can you see what's on the screen, Candace? Munich City Mom said she would like to help her. I see you. The comment that I put on the... Come here, Dale. Your ass out to bed. He's like, I got church in the morning, woman. I was here cooking in the morning. We gotta go to church and then we're gonna come home and work on the house. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Come here. Come here, my friend. You're over here. Come over here. You'll be in our lives, baby.
Mirror, Holly. Mirror, Mary. Mirror, Lisa. Mirror, Golf Doll. Hashtag free Dale. Dale's out there painting the porch, helping with everything. Get that pretty little zipper. Yeah, we know what zipper she's talking about because her and Dale were in a relationship. These people are disgusting. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. I don't care about any of that. I could care less. However, Candace seems to change her proclivity towards what she prefers in a sexual partner, whether it be church, women, men, 420 catfish, off of Plenty of Fish. I'm sorry, 420 Sunshine, that she had catfish with? No. All of them. All of them have got something insane going on. And when people say, well, they can't outsmart the cops, I never said they could. I never said they could. It actually does happen quite a bit when you have a lazy police. And I'm going to do a show about that. But, you know, the devil is 10 times craftier than the police. All of this went on the minute those two felt threatened. Thank you, no. Said, whatever happened to Doug's channel? It was taken down for some reason. I don't know. And there's a lot of crimes that are overlooked there. They just don't. It's got to be like right in front of their face. The biggest crime in Hawkins County is people pawning things for drugs. It's the truth. That is the biggest crime. So you all be back here in an hour and a half. We're going to talk about another depraved case, Rebecca Park out of Michigan. Her own mother cut her baby out of her belly, and everyone in their circle is an RSO. Should have never happened. And it is a disgusting, disgusting case. So please take a minute to hit subscribe, hit the like, and be back here in an hour and a half, because this case is going to blow your socks off. They actually are almost as bad as the Wells. Hey, thanks again for being here for all the right reasons and being around the coolest mods in the world and being so kind to me, because it's not easy doing these shows, but with people like you, it is. It is, because I know you're here for the right reasons, because you truly care about these cases and these children and not the riffraff. So I'll see you guys back here in an hour and a half. You're the best. Love you.